Hello everybody and welcome back to an exceptionally long video of Hyper Metroid. I sort of let my eyeballs get away from the frame counter on this one. Anyway, we got that lovely little power bomb expansion up there, and I spent quite a bit, in fact maybe all of this video, exploring through Meridia, trying to find Draygon and whatnot. Get to Draygon, whatever, get to the last gate, so on and so forth. But that doesn't quite happen. I end up exploring around just trying to find, all the pickups, upgrades I can. And again, there's another door not marked on the map there. Okay, so this room. This is where I officially said, screw it, I am going to do a thing. So, basically. Yeah, that was smart, genius. Basically, this is yet another big turtle room. Kind of should be used to these, I guess. Seeing how there's not much you can do with the turtle rooms other than turtleize things. Sort of like this. And get yourself murdered in the process. So, here is... I did all that, lost a ton of energy, and it's like, oh, well, you jerk. And yeah, I can't see what's up there. It's a good thing I didn't, because I might not have went up there. That is a reserve tank. Which I believe there's a reserve tank in each area. But that is the one for Meridia. I was thinking maybe I can muckball across this. Which, I don't know, maybe you could technically task that, but I don't think so. That's pretty much as far as I was getting. So, here's where I decided, you know what? Bomb jumping across this thing. It's like, oh, this works. I can do this. So again, this is a very effective way. I'm going way too slow at this. You can said these bombs have a decent range on them, so you can move yourself over faster than just the explosion pushing you. And you can even fall down a bit and it will catch you. You've got a little bit of a range. Clearly, I was not doing very good. Basically, there is sort of a timing to it, but not really. The timing is just mash it. But you can mash too fast. So here, I am rearranging my hands on the keyboard. Just turbo mash, and I was using my right hand as I can twitch that, and then use my left to push myself. It's like, that was too fast. So yeah, that is something like I think would be easier with a keyboard than it would with a controller. Like I know, I think Zos changes his hands on the controller a little bit when he's in terrain. I don't know how you would do that on a controller, honestly. I think that would be ridiculously hard to do. With the keyboard, because I use the arrow keys to move, and then E, S, D, F, G, and spacebar. E, S, D, F, G are basically A, B, X, Y, and select. Shift and control are the angle buttons, and space is pause. Sometimes I find it helpful to like switch my hands to which one is doing what, because obviously my right's normally moving me, my left is normally doing all the actions, which on a controller is the complete opposite, where your right's doing all the actions, left is moving you. So yeah, it's a reserve tank. I was not very happy with that. So some things I found easier to switch hands for. One in particular was Spospo. in Stardust. I actually found that switching... Actually, that was not so much switching, that was more of a combination. Because if you do the first part of Spo and Stardust right, if you're going for the 2-round fight, you just stand on the ledge, so there's no movement required to actually get the second part. So, in order to fire the super, or the missile and then the super fast enough before, the one hits him and then he closes so the super doesn't hit. In order to do that fast enough, I take both my hands so I can switch fire really fast. So there's some situations where, it feels very weird to do it, but there's some situations where actually moving your hand around will be beneficial to helping you do some things. It's not necessarily the case in this hack, because again, this hack is not supposed to be difficult. Or that difficult, I should say. And I guess if you follow the route, it really shouldn't be. And even with what I'm doing, like, a lot of the health has come off with just from the turtle room. Which, a lot of those turtle rooms are designed where that's going to happen. It's not necessarily a good thing, but that's how people do it. So yeah, here we have a nice little... Also, those stupid worms. Not getting grappled. But this is a nice little hallway here. And yeah, you can see gravity definitely makes you run faster than normal. For some reason. I don't know. It's for some reason. So here... This was a very redesign-esque type thing. There's 2 paths you can take. One's longer than the other. I think I took the long path every time I went through that room. So, I don't know. So, yeah. Right now, I think you can actually super those guys. I'm just, obviously, didn't do that. And my health is still kind of low, so I'm still trying to make sure that I keep that up as high as possible. And then this is an interesting little thing you've got to get into. It is actually something you can get into like that. So that's a bit more of a space jump puzzle-ish thing more than anything else. So yeah, but going up here leads us to our gate. The second Meridia gate. Again, the other 2 Meridia gates are better placed than the first one I found. Because, again, without the thing being shown on the map, that one would be absolutely atrocious. It's a very good thing it's on the map. This gate you do need power bombs for. Also, there is more good stuff in this room. But right now we've got gate 14. Less than half of the gates remaining now. Over 50% through with those. These are sort of connections to sort of like one-way paths, so you can't come in and get this gate by another means. You need power bombs to get up there. But down here, it's a nice little find. There's an energy tank, which I sort of really needed, so now we've got that. Have another save station down here. Because again, save stations should be placed throughout your hack. It's always a good thing. Place them in good spots. You know, pre-bosses, maybe some difficult rooms and such. Also, more flock. Because reasons? Why? Yeah. But also save stations just in other spots too. Not just pre-bosses, not just, you know, this section might be difficult. or they just completed a difficult section or whatever. Not just those. You want save stations throughout the hack. Like, there's one by the elevators for this area. That's not a bad idea to do for some areas, maybe. Especially in this where, you know, players can get to here early. Be earlier than, you know, they really should, but they can still get there, so give them a safe station. That way, if they get absolutely destroyed, they'll have a save right at the beginning. No real progress was lost because they didn't make any progress in that area in the first place. So there's a lot of things to consider, but the main thing is use safe stations and use them often. Doesn't mean you should have a save in every room, and in fact I don't think the game would handle that very well. But there should be saves plenty of times. And this is the room. The other really annoying room. So this is morph locked. And Spring Ball would make getting up this easier, yes. But this room is morph locked for no reason. Excuse me. There is absolutely no reason for this to be morph locked. Basically, it's just like, oh, you know, you're not going to get stuck anywhere, but I want you to just have a terrible time in this room anyway because I don't like you, so yeah. That is what this room is. And you can get here before power bombs, which means you have to bomb this whole thing out yourself, find out where it is. It just makes this room so much more annoying. It's like, yeah, we get it, you like Morph Ball. Don't force us to do it that way. If you like Morph Ball, you can do your own stuff in Morph Ball. But, you know, give the players some other options. That thing just irritates me. That room really irritates me. That and the other seaweed room in the wreck ship. So, in my search for Draygon, you know, I still see some door connections and whatnot that I can open up. So I'm like, I guess I gotta work my way around there. But at the same time, you know, I'm also going to find or try to look for, you know, other items and whatnot, increase my amazing ammo count. Little over halfway on the ammo. I do not collect 100% in this. And I'm just beating the game. I did get a decent percent, but not that great. I think it was 80 something. Again, that one super missile Meridia I found earlier, but I couldn't get to because I didn't have gravity suit or spring ball. I never get that. If I do, I completely forgot I did. So, trying to think what else. Basically, this is. Oh yeah, and this door's open now. This is basically just me trying to get to Draygon. And at the same time, get bouldered. But at the same time, you know, explore Meridia. You know, collect items, do Metroid things, stuff like that. But yeah, thankfully that that's the last morph ball thing I can remember like that, so hopefully we're good with that. I don't remember any others that were like that or anything, so I don't know if one of the other items or all the other items that I didn't collect are like that as well, where it's like, oh, there's this terrible morph thing you have to go through, and it's morph locked for no reason. So I don't know if that last one was just an overlook on his part or something, but really, that's just... There was no way a player was getting stuck in that room without morph lock. So why did you morph lock it? So yeah, there's a door connection down here. I go up because there was another door connection before Batwoon I did not actually get through. Which was right down here. And this actually didn't prove to be... Well, actually... Maybe this isn't what I was thinking it was. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's a missile up there. Okay, so... That turtle room really convinced me that, you know what, these bridges I'm just going to bomb over now. And, you know what, they can just deal with it. So yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, if you make a hack and you have puzzles and whatnot that you want the players to get through, to discover, you know, this is the way to do it, whatnot. But, like, don't force them into something where it's clearly not necessary. Like, don't force me in Morph Ball just because you want me to be in Morph Ball for this thing where it's not necessary. It'd be so much easier otherwise. So there's the connection here, and it's just a thing like that. That drops you off here, so it's like, okay. So up there, I am pretty much done with all the doors and stuff, but there are more unopened doors. Because again, I'm thinking I can get through Meridia. I'm just going to clean it all up now. Because, you know, I'm thinking Draygon's next. He's going to have speed booster or whatever. And I can really just finish this all up. So, you know, my mindset is I can do this right now. I'm getting to it. So, I was already been on this side because that was a power bomb door. That is something else I do want to mention that RealRed did alright. Also, there's a suspicious thing in the wall there, which actually is very suspicious. However, gate 15. That is the exit from Draygon, so you don't have to worry about that. Or remembering about it. But anyway, yeah. With the door caps, you know, where he just had door caps on both sides of the door, it's like you can get to the other side, you just have to go this stupid long way around instead of me just letting you there in the first place and letting you know, hey, you can't actually do anything. But when you open one side, the door caps share the same index, so both door caps open. So that way, you know, I don't have to open the one side with the power bomb, and then find out I have to lay another power bomb to open up the other side as well. So that's a good thing to keep in mind, you know. If you have things like that where the door cap's on either side of the door, and the player could get to either side, or whatever, you know, have them share the same index so that they both open up when you open one up. Because that makes sense. It also reduces the amount of stupid the player has to go through in your hack, so. So that is basically... Actually, that's not basically. I still got more exploring to do that I end up doing. Yeah, a whole lot of secrets in Meridia. I guess not really secrets, because the tech doesn't have too many secrets. It's just more exploration. And maybe that's where the size comes from. Where it's just more exploration than actually anything else. Whereas some of the other hacks that feel much larger have a little bit less exploration, but you have to take it a little bit slower. I don't know. Also, nice spike. So yeah, there's a speed boost shortcut there for some reason. This is the path to Batwoon, so I'm not entirely sure how you're supposed to have speed booster before Batwoon, because power bombs. So, I don't know. Unless that's I don't know. But yeah, there's a door thing here, which is why I came back. And bugs are here, so I was like, well, I lost a bit of energy there being careless, so I'm just going to refill a little bit. And again, I do like that sand animation there. It's different, a little weird and jaggedy. Jaggedy. Instead of just jagged, it's jaggedy. But falling down here does get us another item. And a spike thing. But yeah, there was this little indentation. It's like, okay. And then there's a missile hanging out up there. So yeah, another item. All fun and stuff. We're getting quite a bit of good stuff here in Meridia. Still hoping, I'm going to make my way to Draygon and fry a shrimp. Like there's more doors, around Draygon you can see these other doors I haven't been able to get through yet, so it's like, oh hey. And this is where I kind of lost track of time, because I would have normally just cut the video off right here or before this point by now. But I'm still going. Because, I can. So, this room has one of those doors I didn't go through. There's nothing you can actually do with that because it's another gate. It's the gate 15 door that you saw before. The super missile is in that room up above, which I just didn't go to. And this is the room, I believe, that you get to Draygon through the speed boost blocks down beneath. Which is why you have to defeat Ridley first. And we have some Evers. And some, once again, slightly different change to the scenery. It's now grayer, a little darker. I guess this is maybe Deep Meridia or something. Putting some extra variation in your hack is a good thing. Even if it's the same tile set and you're just changing the palette. Like, it still adds some extra variety to your hack. So it's something to consider doing. But coming down here is a pretty good thing to do. Because Plasma Beam is down here. And yes, this room has some slowdown issues. Which, again, if you read the README, is a thing that happens in this hack. It happens in pretty much every hack. It's another gate 15 up there. I believe that's another exit from Draygon. I can't say for sure, I think the actual speedrun route goes through that gate backwards somehow. I don't know. But anyway, there's a switch down there. And when I was playing this, I was not expecting this to be really anything other than a missile or super or anything like that. But, as it turns out, this is Plasma Beam. So, it's worth it. So yeah, I was like, oh, well, okay, I'll take that. It's important to note, at least on the version, this is the 1.0 version, you can destroy these pirates with supers, I believe. And if you do that and leave without collecting the item, the game doesn't like you anymore, and you can't collect the item because that gate does not like opening afterward. So I don't know if there's like another room state or something where that's an issue where things, PLMs or anything got messed up between room states or something like that. But that's something. I mean, it's kind of silly to leave without collecting the item, but I guess somebody did do it. So that is something to keep in mind. Also, at this point, I kind of looked down. It's like, oh my goodness, my frames are kind of up there. So I sort of start heading back toward a save. I'm like, I need to stop this thing so I can have a somewhat smaller video, maybe. So, yeah, got a little bit of this different tile set. And again, a nice mixture between even just changing the tile slightly, because you know, even the original game does that. There's a couple different Norfair tile sets that are used. There's a couple Brinstar ones. There's even a couple red Brinstar ones, but the other one wasn't really used that much. It was used for one room and not even in the same area. So yeah, plasma still doesn't cut through those guys. I don't think any beam does, so. And nope, door is still locked. So yeah, it's like, okay, I guess. So here I'm like, well, where's my... What are my options to go finish this thing off? Because, yeah. Every now and then. Because, you see, now I'm making progress. You know, I'm excited again. You know, I'm kind of wanting to keep going with the hack or whatever. And so then, you know, do that. And then I sort of lose sight of, you know, well, what's my time at? So, I was enjoying the hack pretty good right here. You know, I'm making progress. I'm finding items. I got a new beam unexpectedly. So, you know, it's like, that's great. You know, I lost track of time. And so I just make my way back over here to the save underneath the elevator. I end it off here. So I thank you for watching, and we will see you for the next part, where maybe progress happens? Maybe?